Well, hello and welcome to Ava's Temple of Consciousness. Please come in. Welcome back to my continuing series called The Hidden World of Tarot. Progressively, I am exploring the ancient philosophy and wisdom of the tarot. So I would very much recommend to you that you watch the previous videos in this sequence. This is the fifth in the order, and it's easier for you to comprehend this information if you see them in sequence. In the previous one, in video 4, I began our treatment or exploration of number, or the numerological components of the tarot. I began in that video with 0. And in this video, we're going to investigate the intrigue and mystery that lays within the being of the number 1. In the tarot, the number 1 is represented by the magician in the major arcana, coming right after the fool, who is number 0. And all 4 of the aces of the minor arcana are also designated by the number 1. Ace is 1. So let's look at this number. When we see the number 1, a slash, it very much resembles the letter I. That letter which identifies our individuality, our individual being. We say I when referring to ourselves. No one else can call themselves by your I. So the number 1 bursts out of the void, of the 0, out of the limitless potentials of that which was represented by the 0, the limitless potentials of our being. The 1 crystallizes into a specific form, entity, or identity. The number 1 represents the incredible emergence of the self out of the nothing, out of the void of the 0. When we come into life, we, for the most part, lose memory of our origins, of where we came from. Yet we retain a deep sense of having been before. But we are unable to form yet an idea of that eternal, limitless origin from which we emerged. We appear like magic into life. This is why the number 1 in tarot is represented by the magician. It's magic. We are manifested. We appear in life. Suddenly we become conscious, like magic. And our journey through life begins when we can identify ourselves as ourself, as an individual. Therefore, the energy of the number 1 is the very energy of birth, which is the greatest force in the material world. The number 1 is the starting place, the pure, active energy, which is why also the 4 suits of the minor arcana all begin with the number 1. The ace. These aces of the 4 suits of the minor arcana embody the primal, active energy of its suit. I can barely find the words to express this creative force that is represented by 1. When a stage magician comes to the final trick in his act, he exclaims, "Abracadabra," implying that a secret, mysterious power is being invoked to alter the normal laws of physics, to produce that rabbit out of his hat, to break the normal laws of physics, to impose his will on nature. That's the magician. Again, why symbolically the magician is associated with the number 1. It's the imposition of his will over nature to create the reality that is intended from his desire. So, this harkens back to the idea that out of nothing, we are born like magic. This creative force is like a trillion stars that are brought to bear to fulfill your destiny, your will, your desire. Everything is supercharged when you see the one in a reading. Everything is filled with action, aggressive movement forward. The expression of thunderous potential, electrical charge. And this is because the identity is new, fresh, untarnished by memory, by a past, with no handicap of the past to wear you down or to impede your motion forward. So the aces and the magician are symbolic of this free, energetic creativity, the thrust we need to move forward, to start, to begin our journey. When we speak, we are also, in effect, giving birth, giving form to our ideas, which live in the invisible universe of our thoughts, of our mind. So speaking, communicating, giving shape and form to our ideas is also symbolic, of the number one. By the word, by the words you speak, shall you create the universe you live in. And the power of the word is glorified in the number one. Now we also must remember that our ancestors, from whom these ideas have been passed down, had a geocentric view of the universe, not heliocentric. So, in other words, the earth was the center and the focus of the entire cosmos. And the I, the self, is likened to the earth. As you see, each one of us feels absolutely that we are at the center of our life. From our I, from our center, we observe the world and the universe moving around us. spinning around us as the universe spins around the earth, bringing us constantly new experiences to enrich and enlighten us. This is the deep meaning of the I, of the One, of the Self. And that's all she wrote. So I'll let you think about that for a little while. And I hope you enjoyed it. We will progress through the numbers until we arrive at 10. So look for that in this series. Thank you very much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. And thank you for your donations, which help support the readings that I give you and these, I guess I call them gems of information. Thank you. Namaste.